With K-pop reactions being so competitive, I kept back and I didn't bring them onto my channel. But a lot of people have been saying recently, come on, react to K-pop, or somebody who does K-pop rapping. And what the person that sprung to mind was August D. Now this is People Part 2 featuring IU. It's been out before, it's been reacted to, but this is a new reaction from me and my channel. I am CC from Europop music all around the world, and I bring acts from all over the world, even outside the European zone, because it's under one banner, pop music. So with a little bit of pop, a little bit of rap with IU featuring, she's an actress, she's beautiful, and he's part of the BTS global sensations and is known as, I believe, Suga on his own, SUGA. August D, there's a lot of people suffering that today. The background to the song is, originally titled it was Saram, for which Korean for people without the M consonant. Suga created People Part 2 in 2020 while working on his second mixtape as August D. The title was ultimately changed after friends he had asked to listen to the track misheard the name as Salah, which means live. An extension or follow-up to the track People from D2, the song was conceived while thinking about others would receive his music as August D. And it isn't August, sorry, August D. In an interview with Billboard, Suga described it as kind of a trial to release this music under the name August D, stating that he was a little worried about it, wanting it to zinc the person, both Suga and August D together, and not people think it's two different people, and bridge his mixtape with his official solo album. So he knew he needed to make a very popular and good pop song, and he chose to feature South Korean singer IU, and I will give you a little bit of background on her. And she, the person that you'll hear singing, is a South Korean singer-songwriter, record producer and actress, and she signed with Leon Entertainment in 2007 as a trainee and debuted as a singer at the age of 15 with her first extended play EP. Imagine, since 15. So they really, the two of them are accomplished performers now within their own right. So they've come together, and whom he felt, August D, that she would be an important role making the song feel less intense and more pop focused. The two previously worked together on IU's 2020 single 8, which Suga wrote, produced and featured on. Completed before D2 was finished, the song remained unreleased for 3 years as BTS related promotional activities for Dynamite and Butter took preference. In earlier 2023, a demo version was unintentionally made public by Suga's label. A behind-the-scenes video uploaded to YouTube of the photo shoot for the rapper's Photofolio photo book showed him listening to a guide for the song sung by bandmate Jungkook. Now the music and lyrics briefly. A pop and hip-hop track based on boom rap rhythms. The song was, as you know, co-written by August D during the COVID-19 pandemic, when he couldn't do anything and he thought he'd lost everything. Al Katzin is credited for co-writer and the song's producer, where his predecessor, People, was self-reflected and examined the judgments of others. People Part 2 focuses on connection and fighting loneliness. Though Suga has stated that both songs are not that different, everybody can feel the same kind of pain and agony. It's the same with me, he says, whether it's me from BTS, Suga, Min Yoongi, or August D, I always have that inside of me too. People see me as somebody who wouldn't have any concerns or worries, or that I don't feel any agony. But I feel those emotions too, he says. I'm trying to find a way to fight and overcome those too. I just wanted to show that I am this humane person. I am just human. Now the song does describe the endless relationships between people and emotions, felt in an August D way, that harmonizes Suga's rapping and IU's clear voice into one. So that is the whole background to the song. This is the song. We'll discuss the lyrics straight after.
So time is here, now Friday to go. I know you know anything there's no. So time is here, now Friday to go. Nobody doesn't know anymore.
사랑이라는 말 어쩌면 순간의 감정의 날 조건이 붙진 않은 무얼 사랑하는가 충분히 사랑받지 못한 나이 그래서 무엇보다 신중한 타입 나는 말에 원해 진중한 사이 알잖아 영원은 못했어 잔잔한 파도에도 힘없이 쉽게 무너져 상실은 무엇 때문에 슬픈 걸까 사실은 두려운 게 슬픈 거야 두려운 게 슬픈 거야 So far away you're gone Getting far away Too far away you're gone I know I have to know yeah.
So time is here, now Friday to go. I know you know anything there's no. So time is here, now Friday to go. Nobody doesn't know anymore.
당신은 무엇 때문에 슬픈 걸까? 사실은 두려움이 큰 거잖아 함께 미래 그리던 우리는 없고 쌓은 모든 성들을 부셔버린 것은 우린 거야 승패가 없는 게임이라지만 난 언제나 게임 루저 모든 걸 주겠다던 우린 모든 것을 부셔 그리고 떠나지 사랑이던 사람이든 모두가 이기적이기 때문이야 So far away you're gone Getting far away Too far away you're gone I know I have to know yeah.
So time is here, now Friday to go. I know you know anything there's no. So time is here, now Friday to go. Nobody doesn't know anymore.
떠가는 사람 떠가는 사람 사랑의 끝은 과연 무엇일까 수많은 사람 스쳐간 사랑 사랑은 사랑으로 완벽할까 그래 말야 이타적인 게 어쩌면 되려 이기적이네 널 위해 한다는 말은 곧 내 욕심이기에 욕심을 버리면 행복해지고 채우지 못한 반쪽짜리 허상 삶은 저항과 복종 사이의 싸움이라는데 내가 보기에는 외로움들과의 싸움이 내 눈물이 터져 나오면 그대 울어도 돼 당신은 사랑받기에도 이미 충분한데
So time is here, now Friday to go. I know you know anything there's no. So time is here, now Friday to go. Nobody doesn't know anymore. Yeah.
대부분 다 뭐 사람들한테 전달하고 싶은 이야기도 있지만 나 자신한테 이야기를 하는 것처럼 들린다라는 이야기를 많이 들었거든요. 사실이기도 하고요. 그때 당시에 코로나로 여러 가지 것들을 할 수 없을 때 굉장히 모든 것을 잃어버렸다라고 생각을 했을 때 썼던 곡이기 때문에 나 자신한테 되게 해주고 싶었던 이야기였습니다.
Wow. That's my first introduction to August A. I'll tell you what I loved about that track. It was like this. Your ears were just eargasmic. And it was liquid gold. His voice was very soft. Yu's voice was very soft, perfectly harmonized together, like sewn perfectly. But what I loved is there is a thing in English, I don't know about Korea if you know this word, called lounge music. Imagine you walk with your friends and you go into a bar situation and there's beautiful music in the background and you immediately feel relaxed. That's known as lounge music. It's on YouTube as well. If you type in lounge music, you will come across that kind of music. It's very soothing, very easy, but that's deliberate on August D's part because that was the mood he was in. When you're feeling isolated, when you're feeling lonely, you don't feel, you feel calm, you feel relaxed. Your mind is floating somewhere else and you want to bring everything together and mix it all up. And that's what he's done musically, that's what he's done vocally, and that's what he's done with IU's wonderful voice. I thought it was, wow. I feel very, very chilled after listening to that. I didn't know what to expect. Maybe I thought it would be more. I don't know. His latest single is like that. But I'm glad to start my whole reactions to August D in 2023. And I'm going to be featuring his album, obviously. I am so happy that is the kind of music I listen to first because it's a wonderful introduction to his music. It makes you just feel so calm, so calm. And by the way, August D, wherever you were, how beautiful the sea, the blue sky, the pool area, the beautiful wooden staircase, beautiful kitchen, beautiful apartment. Just, oh, wow. I dream of having a place like that. I will never have one like that. I have this place with flowers and books and lots of maps, but I don't have that blue sea. The sea is near me. I mean, I have to walk 10 minutes, but you know what I mean, that kind of all-round beautiful view. If I was lonely, I would be okay in a place like that. I would be okay. But we go to the lyrics now, everybody, because we've had kind of a long introduction. And I want to get through the lyrics as fast as I can because I don't want to keep people too long. It begins, so time is yet now, right here to go. I know you know, anything does know. So time is yet now, right here to go. Nobody doesn't know anymore. It's a sense of loss. It's a sense of feeling August D is lost. He doesn't know, during COVID he wrote this song. And during COVID we were all isolated. And some people had the privilege of a pool and beautiful areas like that. And some people might say, and they were lucky. They weren't lucky because they were lonely. And that's what he's saying. All around him was that feeling of isolation. So he continues in verse 1, the thing called love. Maybe it's just a momentary list of emotions. So he's examining love in his life, whom he loves, the kind of love he feels, the kind of love that's around him. Maybe it's conditional. What is it that I love? Wasn't loved enough as a kid. That's why I'm the cautious type. I want a sincere connection with others. Forever is something like a sandcastle, We all know what the sandcastles are like. When we go to the seaside, we build a sandcastle and we imagine we are the king and the queen of our own castle. And we refer symbolically that to our destiny. And we think, oh, that's going to be our future. But what happens is, it's like the sea comes in and washes it away. And that is life. It's symbolic of life. And he's referring to love like that. It was all washed away far too early. He never got a chance to really taste it or experience it. So he continues, that's why he says he's the cautious type. So it continues, forever something like a sandcastle. It comes crumbling down at the calmest of waves. What is it about loss that makes us so sad? Really, it's the dread that makes us so sad. Yes, it's both, August D. When you are in fear of losing a job, your life, remember this song was wrote in COVID, everybody. That was a very terrifying time for all of us. Now, I was very lucky because outside my apartment is a park. And if you had an animal, you could take your dog to the park, walk it. You could go I think 2 kilometers in Dublin, but you had to return home. And people kept to that. But there were some places, particularly in China and parts of Spain, where people could not go outside their homes. And I was like, wow. So it's like the calm waves of the sandcastle. You keep calm. You have no other choice but to keep calm. But when can you build your sandcastle again, you wonder? It goes on, so far away you're gone, so far away. Too far away you're gone. I know I have to know. So now he's reflecting back on love. He's reflecting on the distance. He's reflecting on, well, here I am in this situation, a world situation, and I'm lonely. Does the person that I cared for still love me? It's been too long since I heard a text or an email, or not even an email, not even a text, not even a phone call, since I held her. That would be more important. In a situation of loneliness, to be held, the physical contact would be very important. So he's missing that. And he finishes, nobody doesn't know anymore. Nobody did at the time, Augusty. When it came to COVID, even now we're very cautious. We don't know what's going to happen again. And fingers crossed it doesn't. It continues, verse 2. What is it that really makes you sad? So this is the question he's asking everybody. Is it the dread, fearing it? The us that dreamt of a future together is no more. We're the ones who tore down the sandcastle. So now he does reflect on a relationship and the stress and the pressures of everything that was going on. And both of them decided to break down the sandcastle and move away from each other and just finish it. But he always reflects, I am a loser, he says. We said we'd give it our all, but we tore it down, and then we leave because we both love and people are selfish. Now that comes from Augustine's childhood, because don't forget, before he mentions his childhood, not enough love. So he's feeling he's never loved. He's feeling he's living in an empty world. He can have the beautiful apartment I talked about, he can have everything else, but he's very lonely emotionally. And when you're lonely inside here, it affects the mental. And this is why the lyrics are sad. It's that people would like. Some people don't have things. If people end up on their own and they end up with nobody around them, usually they have a nice place, usually they have security, usually they have a few friends. Like Augustine has his bandmates, has his people around him, has people phoning him. Other people don't have that. So, you know, there's a struggle between appreciating and admitting this happens in life. People get lonely. So he says, if you can't hold back, it's okay to cry. You're already more than enough to be loved. So it's time is yet now. And then finishes the song, so time is yet now. So she's asking him the question, you've just said to me, time is now to release, to cry. So are you saying, I need your permission? She's more or less saying that. Right here to go, to cry, right now, because that's how you feel. I've already let go. Because she says, I know you know, anything else does know. So time is yet now, right here to go. Nobody doesn't know anymore. In other words, she's answering his question. Nobody knows what's in life. Nobody knows about loneliness. Nobody knows about happiness. We just have to accept life and take every day as it comes and appreciate what's around us. So that's my interpretation of that song from Augustine People Part 2. I hope you like it. Don't forget to comment, like, and subscribe. Take care for now, everybody. It's been a long video. Bye.